How's it going, everyone? It's me, Mally, and I'm here to talk about Steel Ball Run's first episode, okay? So if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that I'm a big Part 7 fan and just a big JoJo's fan in general. I made a tier list ranking them all, and I said Part 7 was the best one. It was perfect, and yes, I love Part 7 so much, and so I feel like nobody else is qualified to talk about the first episode, except for me. So if you guys take a look at my banner here, you'll see Goku and Johnny, and I haven't changed my banner in like 2 years. So this just goes to show I've been a fan of JoJo's and Part 7 and Johnny for a really long time. Now, this video will contain spoilers for the first episode, so if you don't want to be spoiled, then obviously, don't watch. But if you don't really care about that, then I'm here to tell you what I liked about it and what I didn't like about it. So to set the stage, JoJo's Part 7 is basically just a reset of the entire JoJo's universe. After Part 6, the whole shit got reset. And so here we are, Part 7, and Netflix released it, you know, just like the other ones. And that's kind of where my problem is with a little bit of this, because I don't think Netflix is like amazing. I don't think Netflix really should be the people putting out some shit with that much hype around it, but they are regardless. So there's nothing I can really do about that. Next thing I want to talk about is the release schedule. They have not really announced a release schedule at all. And, with the success of the first episode, there's definitely going to be a second, but we don't know when that's going to drop. We don't know nothing about that. You know what I mean? At least from what I know, there's been no information. People have said every Thursday, but I don't really know if that's true or not. If it is every Thursday, then fuck it. That shit's going to be amazing. But if it isn't every Thursday, it's going to be a little while between episodes if it's not going to be a weekly thing, because Netflix fucks up the schedule of basically every show they produce. So that's something we do have to worry about as fans of JoJo's and Part 7. Now, the first good thing I'll say about JoJo's is the JoJo art style itself is always amazing, It's almost like watching the manga just animated, kind of, you know what I mean? Except they didn't give Johnny a thick ass, which I know a lot of people on Twitter are upset about, but I don't really give a fuck, I'm not in it to look at the horse riders' asses. One thing I will say I have a major problem with, though, is the CGI. Now, I've caught a lot of heat for this online because I've posted about it today and yesterday. Not a big fan of the CGI, I'll be honest with you, and I don't think CGI belongs in anime in general. I've said about everything. Even one of my favorite Dragon Ball movies, Dragon Ball Super Broly, has CGI, and I think those are like the worst looking scenes in the entire movie. I don't really think JoJo's deserves to have CGI. I think they should have put in more time to like animate the fucking horses, you know what I mean? And people, for some reason, fucking hate me for that. They're like, no, dude, fucking shitty CGI horses are awesome. Like, no, they're not, dude. Like, they could have animated that. We do not need CGI horses in JoJo's, okay? We just don't. And I don't understand this fucking crazy wave of people who just defend something. Like, I love Part 7, alright? I thought the first episode was good, you know what I mean? But I'm allowed to not like a certain part of something that's good, okay? Like, I don't have to love every single little bit about Part 7 to enjoy it. And the CGI horses don't look good. And especially the wide shots, those look terrible, okay? I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You JoJo's fans are fucking crazy, okay? Like, I'm a JoJo's fan, but I know when something is good and when something isn't good. CGI is just not it, okay? That is like my big problem with the first episode, and hopefully not the second episode. Hopefully they fucking fix that problem, but I really doubt it, especially if it's already all made. They're not going to go back and fix the horses. CGI is just not really my thing, though. And on new social media platforms, there's this fucking wave going around where people are calling other people LARPers. And a lot of people hit me with that shit for saying the CGI was bad. And it's like 2 years ago, I was talking about Part 7 while you like didn't even know JoJo's was a thing, okay? Like, let's not act like Part 7 is like this super niche thing, okay? Like, let's not act like it's a niche thing. Right? Because this shit's been out for 20 years. It's the most popular manga of all time, all right? So, like, if somebody says they don't like something about it, does that mean, oh, he's just a fucking fake fan? No, it means I'm a real fan who doesn't want to see shit work. And so, obviously, I'm going to have a problem with the shit work, you know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of other people with, like, actual brains inside of their head are going to agree with me, okay? All right, and also they kind of changed the story up a little bit. They didn't change the story, but they left some parts out, which I think is kind of interesting, to say the least. Like Johnny's backstory is a little brushed over, Also, Sandman's backstory is kind of brushed over. Doesn't mention anything about his sister or whatnot, but I feel like they're going to wait a little bit longer to reveal that stuff. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure okay, spoilers here. I'm pretty sure the death of Johnny's brother was revealed early. I don't know. It's been like a year or two since I've read part 7, since the last time I've read it. And I actually don't know if Johnny's brother's death was revealed later or earlier. And I'm kind of confused about that. I'm like, half my brain says it's later, half my brain says it's right when they're introducing all his backstory. So I'm not really sure if that's sooner or later, but either way, that's one thing that I thought they were missing, but that could be a maybe. Okay, that could be a maybe. Maybe it's not revealed yet. That could just be on me. However, they did brush over Sandman's backstory and all that with his sister and like why he was running and shit. So, that's something, I guess, And aside from that, they also chose not to reveal Hey Ya, the stand Hey Ya, Poco Loco stand Hey Ya, the first one we get to see in the entire series. I think they're going to save that for later, honestly. They're going to wait to reveal the stands for later. You can hear Hey Ya's voice, but maybe they are just waiting for a big build-up. But it is interesting that they chose not to show any stands for the first episode of this. Now, the first episode is 47 minutes or something like that, which it's a pretty hefty length. I am a fan of longer episodes, but since it's not on like an episode thing, that means they're gonna brush over a lot more. You know what I mean? Because they're making these super in-depth manga into a 47-minute episode rather than the 23 minutes, which they could probably show more backstory and more lore if it were the 23-minute one and not the 47, which I think is a interesting choice. I would have been fine with just having a 23-minute episode. I think that's fine. I'm not against 23-minute episodes. I don't think anybody was. The 47-minute episodes are cool. Everybody likes the longer anime, I guess. But there was no, like, I feel like to get all the information accurate and shown, I feel like maybe they should have gone for the shorter episodes just so we can really get everything poured into the context here. Because the stand thing was kind of interesting. How they decided not to show the stands. Everybody who watches JoJo's already knows what the fuck stands are, But hopefully it's going to be some crazy dramatic reveal. If it's not, and they're just going to randomly show them one day, then I don't really know what the point of hiding Hey Ya was. But yeah, whenever they use the actual like JoJo's art style, it does look really, really good. Especially the super colorful ones. You guys know the ones. You got like the ones with all the inverted colors and all that shit. That always looks good. And another thing I want to talk about is the voice acting selection. Now, I am a dub enjoyer. I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm just not reading that shit. I'm just going to listen, and actually enjoy what I'm watching. I feel like the casting is pretty good, especially as somebody who just got into JJK. Gojo is voicing Gyro, which is a good casting. And I'm pretty sure the guy who's voicing Diego also voiced Frieza. Or it might be like that. It might be Johnny who's being voiced by Frieza. It's somebody, but it's a good cast either way. And I also went and I saw some clips from the Japanese version, and that shit does go hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit goes amazingly hard. But also, I do enjoy dub. And I will say, like, some of the background characters' voices are goofy, but, like, that's just dub in general. Like, you can't get away from that if you're gonna watch it in English. I don't know, like, what the standards are with English. Apparently, like, Japanese is just way better in terms of, like, every character's quality. But, I mean, English isn't terrible. As long as the main characters sound good, I'm fine with that. But something that is concerning me is what I talked about earlier, the scheduling. They fucked up part 6 scheduling like terribly. They made it damn near unwatchable for the people who were watching it when it was coming out. For me, I didn't watch part 6 when it was coming out. Or maybe I think maybe I started watching it as part 6 finished, because I started watching it in freshman year of high school, and I graduated a year ago. So however much time that adds up to me watching it from when part 6 was coming out, I don't know. I didn't watch part 6 when it was coming out. I know that for a fact. But yeah, I was a freshman and graduated now since a year. And from what I hear, they fucked up the scheduling terribly. That shit came out in like bits and pieces, and everybody hated it, and it lost a lot of viewership because of that. So I'm just hoping that they keep it like actually consistent, because that's just how you kill a show, is inconsistent like airing time. That's just how you kill it. So hopefully they avoid that. That would be cool if they avoid that. But if they don't, I'm still going to watch, because I've been waiting for part 7 to come out for a minute. You know what I mean? So I just really fuck with part 7. And I was actually thinking a long time ago, you see these posters back here or back here? I was gonna have some Part 7 artwork, but to put it on Amazon to get it shipped here just costs way more money than I was willing to spend, really. But yeah, I am definitely hyped for the rest of this shit to come out for sure. But I really don't fuck with the CGI. They just need to animate the fucking horses, bro. Like it's like, I know it may be hard, but come on, just make it look chill. You know what I mean? And also another thing about the horses is that in the wide shots, the horses look like they're going so fucking slow. It's just weird to look at. They just look like they're barely moving, which I don't think it looks good at all. And again, this is all to the crazy fucking JoJo fans who are on my dick, right? Okay? You don't need to be like absolutely loving every single little bit about something you love, okay? Like, you can love something and still not like parts of it. That's what life is, okay? That's what fucking life is. So I really don't get why y'all are going crazy on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok about the shit I said. Listen, guys, I like Part 7. I enjoy Part 7. I've read it a lot. Okay, I've read it like 3 times. It's a good manga. I just don't think the horses translate well to CGI in the anime. I think they look trash. I think they look terrible. And I know I'm going on and on and on about these horses, but guys, you got to see this shit. You guys got to see this, man. And there's also a shot of Gyro on the horse, and Gyro's also CGI. It does not look good. Okay? It just doesn't look good. And those are like my main problems with episode 1, I guess, is mainly just the CGI, which is a good problem to have, that, the CGI is the worst part about your first episode, but since it's 47 minutes and there's a lot of horses, it's kind of a big problem. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you liked, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube shit, and I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully, episode 2, no CGI horses.